Can I ask you something? But don't answer too quickly. Who are you when nobody is watching you? Not who you are on Instagram, not who you are at work, not who you are when your parents are around, not who you are when you're trying to impress someone, not even who you are when you're trying to prove that you have healed. I'm asking, who are you when there is absolutely nobody to impress? Pause. Because I think we spend a lot of our lives constructing versions of ourselves for other people. We learn very early what gets us approval. Be good, be successful, don't talk back, don't disappoint people. Be attractive, be strong, be useful, be available, be understanding. And slowly, without even realizing it, we start confusing being liked with being ourselves. Welcome to chapter 2 of Silence Between Coffee. Chapter 1 was all about looking inward. We asked uncomfortable questions. We talked about validation, forgiveness, holding on, letting go, trust, self worth, and all those little pieces of ourselves that we had been carrying around without really understanding them. But now I think we are ready for a different question. Not just why am I like this, but who do I want to become? And that's where this chapter begins. Think about the last time you were completely alone. No phone, you had no phone, no messages, no social media, nobody needing anything from you. What did you want to do? Did you want to read, sleep, go somewhere, listen to music, create something, sit quietly, or did you immediately reach for your phone because silence felt uncomfortable? You know, there is something interesting about being alone. When nobody is watching, the performance stops. And sometimes that's when we finally meet ourselves. Because when nobody is watching, you don't have to pretend you're okay. You don't have to appear successful. You don't have to look happy. You don't have to prove that you have moved on. You don't have to be the strong one. You can simply be. And maybe that's why being alone can feel uncomfortable. Because sometimes we are not afraid of loneliness, we are afraid of meeting the version of ourselves underneath all that noise. I've been thinking about how much of our identity is actually built through other people's eyes. Someone tells you you're smart and you start believing you're smart. Someone tells you you're difficult and suddenly you start questioning yourself. Someone says you're beautiful and you feel beautiful. Someone stops choosing you and suddenly you wonder whether you're worth choosing at all. That's how powerful other people's opinions can become. But here's the real problem. If other people helped construct your identity, then their opinions can also destroy it. And that's an exhausting way to live because you're constantly checking, did they like that? Did I say the right thing? Did they approve? Did they think I am successful? Do they think I have changed? Do they think I'm a good person? And eventually you stop asking yourself what you think. Psychologically, we all develop what's sometimes called a social self. It is a version of us that understands how we function around other people. And there is nothing inherently wrong with that. We need relationships, we need communities, we need the connections. But there is a difference between adapting to people and abandoning yourself for them. And I think many of us cross that line without even noticing. We say yes when we mean no. We laugh when something hurts. We stay quiet because speaking honestly might create conflict. We choose the safer career, the safer relationship, the safer version of ourselves. And then one day we wake up and think, why doesn't my life feel like mine? And that's a difficult question because sometimes the life that looks perfect from the outside can feel completely unfamiliar from the inside. So let me ask you something else. What do you do when nobody will, what do you do which what if nobody will know? Will you work hard? Would you still be kind? Would you still keep your promises? Would you still take care of yourself? Would you still love to create something? Would you still exercise? Would you still pursue that dream? Would you still choose honesty? Or are some of the things you do only valuable because somebody else might notice it? And there's no judgment here. Absolutely no. I'm asking because I have started to realize something. Character is often built in the moments nobody sees, the apology nobody hears, the boundary nobody applauds, the decision nobody understands, the workout nobody knows you completed, the page you wrote and never posted, the temptation you walked away from, the night you choose yourself instead of going back to something that was hurting you. Those moments don't get likes, those don't get applause. Nobody sends you a certificate saying, well done, you finally respected yourself today. But those are the moments that change us, and they change us quietly. And maybe that's what becoming really means. Not becoming someone impressive, not becoming someone everybody admires, not becoming someone your past regrets losing, not becoming someone who finally proves everyone wrong, but becoming someone you respect when you're alone with yourself. And that's a very different goal. Because if your entire transformation is built around making someone else regret losing you, then you are still at the center of your life. If you're becoming successful just so someone who doubted you can see it, they're still watching. If you're healing so someone who hurt you realizes what they lost, they are still part of the audience. But what happens when you stop performing? What happens when there is no audience? That's where the freedom begins. So here's something I want you to try this week. I'm calling it nobody's watching test. Before you make a decision, ask yourself, if nobody ever knew about this choice, would I still choose it? If the answer is yes, Pay attention. That might be something that genuinely matters to you. But if the answer is no, ask yourself why. Maybe you're chasing approval. Maybe you're afraid of disappointing someone. Maybe you're trying to prove something. Maybe you're living according to an identity you outgrew years ago. And you don't have to change everything overnight. Just start noticing. Because awareness comes before change. There's another question I want you to sit with today. What part of yourself only comes out when you're alone? Maybe you're more playful, maybe you're more ambitious, maybe you're more emotional, maybe you are quieter, maybe you dream bigger, maybe you dress differently, maybe you listen to music nobody knows you love, maybe you have a completely different idea of what your life should look like. Don't dismiss things as insignificant. Sometimes the person we are alone is the person we have been trying to introduce to the world. And maybe chapter 2 of Silence Between Coffee isn't really about becoming someone new. Maybe it's about becoming less edited, less filtered, less apologetic, less concerned with whether everyone understands you, less less willing to betray yourself just to maintain that peace, more honest, more intentional, more present, more you. Because perhaps the goal isn't to create a perfect version of yourself. Maybe the goal is to create a life where you don't have to keep performing, a life where you can sit alone with a cup of coffee and genuinely like the person sitting across from you. So before so today before we finish our coffee, I want you to answer three questions. And these questions are not for me, not for anybody else, but just for yourself. Who am I when nobody is watching? What do I do only because I genuinely love it? And what part of myself have I been hiding because I'm afraid people won't understand it? Don't rush the answers. You don't have to post them. You don't have to tell anyone. You don't even have to show me. Just be honest. Because this chapter isn't about becoming someone the world will applaud. It's about becoming someone you don't have to abandon. And maybe that's the beginning of becoming. Thank you for sitting with me over another cup of coffee. This is chapter 2, and I think we are going somewhere different this time. Not backwards into everything that happened to us, but forward towards everything we can still become. Until our next conversation, ask yourself one simple question. When nobody is watching, do I still recognize myself? I will see you over the next cup of coffee. Till then, take gentle care of yourself.